poppin'. So I am actually en route to Chicago. So fun, so crazy. And it's been a cluster of things that have happened. So I just wanted to kind of have a conversation while I'm driving, because, you know, this will probably be a little vloggy vlog. I'm going out to see some friends. So originally the whole gang was going to be me and best friend Julie, of course, and then Tyler from Maine. He's Tyler the Farmer on all of his socials. And we were going out there because our friend Aaron lives in Chicago. Aaron Sam Joe on the socials. And so we were super excited because they had come to my house at the end of September, and we had just such a fun time, like us four specifically, like we all just really meshed well. So we already had planned that trip. I pulled the plug on a nice Airbnb in the area, and we were super excited. Well, it has been chaotic this last week, okay? Especially, like, I really needed this trip because, like, you guys have seen, like, all the chaos with my cows, like, being sick, and then I had 2 family members die, and I've had some other crazy stuff going on. I've talked more about on my Patreon, like, just private, like, life stuff. So I was really excited for a fun trip. Well, then poor Julie has had some medical things. I'm not going to go too in depth because that's Julie's business, but basically, she is very anemic, and sometimes she can have, like, anemic spells, like, caused by different things, and she's going through a really bad one right now. And so she is getting iron infusions, and she just doesn't feel good. So not a great idea for her to be in a big city. And so totally respect that. Wish she could go because she's my best fucking friend, and we would have such a fun time. But we will just plan to go to Chicago again. Like, it's not the end of the world. We will have another trip where Julie gets to go and have fun. Well, then Tyler is in Maine, okay? And the whole thing was we were going to road trip together at least one way. So he was going to fly to Ohio. I was going to pick him up, and then we were going to drive to Chicago together. And then he was going to fly out of Chicago back to Maine just to make it easier for him to get back to work and everything. Totally fine, totally chill. So then it was going to be, with Julie having to not go, it was going to be just me driving home on, but, you know, not the big deal. I've driven farther distances by myself. Like, that's not the issue here. So then it's this week, before leading up, I have inventory coming in out the wazoo, which is great because, you know, want to keep promoting my business, all kinds of fun stuff on there. But then my friend Maureen from Foxtrot Equine was coming to take some pictures because she is an incredible photographer. She specializes specifically in equine, but she does all livestock, and she travels, and she's just phenomenal. And we've been keeping in touch. We're good friends now, and I just really enjoy him. And so super excited that she was at my house. We got to hang out. She did some dope photos. Can't wait to share those with y'all. And she was leaving Friday morning, like this morning. She left early because she had another, like, shoot in the Ohio area. So I'm supposed to pick Tyler up this morning, okay? He flies in to Ohio at 10:30, okay? So he had to fly out at like 5 a.m. or something. And so last night we're Snapchatting, you know, he's trying to get his stuff together because he's had a chaotic trip, okay? Listen to this. Tyler poor guy has lost his pet bird and then his cat, and working, everything else, life, so he needs the trip. He's not trying to get knocked down, you know, he's trying to, you know, still go on the trip because he thinks he deserves it, and he does, and have fun. So I'm expecting to pick Tyler up this morning. Maureen is going to her photo shoot. Everything's Gucci. I get a call at 6:30 this morning from Tyler, and I'm like, and before I can even wake up, I answer the phone, and he's just like, I missed my flight. And I'm like, oh shit. Tyler misses his damn flight. So he's on the phone with American Airlines trying to get things figured out to make sure that he can actually make it to Ohio or, you know, Chicago, somewhere, so we can go on this trip, because Lacey has an Airbnb booked. Aaron has taken off work. Like, it's chaotic. So I'm like, all right, bet. So then we go, he's getting it figured out, and then Maureen texts me, and she's like, hey bestie, guess what? My photo shoot's tomorrow, not today. So she's just staying an extra day in Ohio because unfortunately I can't house her again, but she found a really great little area to stay in. And then Tyler is like, hey, I got it figured out, we should be good, but I have to fly into Chicago because the only flights to Ohio are like 9 p.m. tonight, and like obviously we don't want to wait till tomorrow because I have the Airbnb for tonight. So now I'm like, okay, so now I'm driving by myself, and then I have to pick up this mother trucker from the Chicago airport in my Yeehaw truck at 10 o'clock tonight. So I'm like texting Erin like, hey bestie, what are you doing today? Like, do you work? Do you have anything going on? She's like, nope. And I'm like, thank God. I'm like, do you care if I come a little bit early? Because originally I told her, I was like, listen, me and Tyler probably get there like 8, 9 o'clock at night. We'll just stay at the Airbnb. Don't even worry about it. We'll come meet you Saturday and we'll do all the stuff. Well, now I'm like, oh shit, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Like, I'm going to get to this Airbnb and then what, just sit for 3 hours and wait on Tyler? So luckily, Erin is free. So once I get to the Airbnb now, I'm driving. I'm on my way to Chicago by my sizzle to go to Chicago. Oh, and I didn't even mention the best part. I started a fucking period this morning. Literally, I was like, oh my gosh, what the hell? And then freaking Mother Nature was like, I'd like to go to Chicago. Hits me in the freaking uterus. And I say that because my periods are pretty rough as somebody with PCOS, but I am grateful to have one because mine have been decently like regular, and that's great because that's a struggle that I've had in the past. So I want to welcome a period with arms wide open and, you know, thank you. But at the same time, I'm like, really? So yeah, I am so grateful for the back heater that I have in my truck. Like, my truck has like the seat warmer, but it has the option where you can do the butt and back or just the back. And I get really bad back cramps on my periods. Like, that's how I thought yesterday it felt like it, because when I was like trying to go to sleep last night, I was just very uncomfortable. So sorry about that. I got a random spam call and I answered it just to make sure it wasn't anything weird, because, you know, you never know what's going on. But anywho, skadunskis. So I, like I said, wake up ready to start my like day, because last night when I was trying to fall asleep, I was just having really bad back cramps because I get them really bad. So I was like, I think I might be starting a period. And then this morning I was like, yep, we're happening. I don't have anything going on yet, but like, you can tell. Like, if you know, you know. If you're somebody who menstruates, you know what I'm talking about. There are writing on the wall when you wake up sometimes of like, you're gonna bleed today. It's gonna happen. So now, like I said, I am bleeding. I have my back heater on. I've got snacks, and I am headed to Chicago. And then I'm going to, luckily, thank God for Erin, because like that really just saved my ass. Like, when she was just like, yeah, like no problem. Like, I'll just do some stuff here while you're driving, and then once you get here, just let me know and I'll meet you at the Airbnb. And I'm like, God bless your beautiful soul. Because, oh my God, because I am still excited. Like, I think Chicago's a fun place. I haven't been since I was a senior in high school. We went as a trip, and it was super fun. I was able to take both my parents, and because I always have had a good relationship with my parents, so I was like, I'll let them chaperone and let them go to Chicago. And we had a great time. I remember having so much fun. So very excited to be back in Chicago and to get to hang out and with some good people. I very much have enjoyed my time that I've hung out with Erin and Tyler, so I'm super excited. Like, it's gonna be fun, but I do wish that Julie could have came, and I wish Tyler would have made his flight, if we're gonna be honest. I am gonna give him some hell this week, because I was like, sir. I'm staying outside of Chicago, which is nice, and I picked an Airbnb specifically because it had a parking space, and like it was like a like house, and I was like, yeah, that's what I need. That's what your girl needs, because like I have a truck and I need to feel like we're gonna be okay in said truck. And I feel good about it. So I have unironically, well, more unintentionally, not listened to The Basement Yard in a while, because it's one of my favorite podcasts. Like, I will plug them. I mean, they're pussy popping, so like they don't need my little plug. But I have been a huge fan of Joe Santagato for years now, and I have been like, I've listened to The Basement Yard since it started, and he's very hilarious, and I've just enjoyed it so much. So I have like, I think like 5 episodes to catch up on. So honestly, that's just kind of what I'm going to be doing, is just going to drive to Chicago, and I'll probably try to get some content while we're there. I don't know what we plan on doing. I think we're gonna do some touristy things. I might vlog, I might not. This might just be like the little story time, because it has been chaotic, because it's like when everything can go wrong, it does go wrong, and we're just gonna still make a good trip out of it, because I want to have a nice trip where I can just hang out with my friends and have a good time, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do, damn it. My cows are in good hands, so I'm happy. The only thing I don't like is if you didn't know this, I'm a big Steelers fan, which is really funny because I live in Southern Ohio, so like it's Bengal country, but like I've just been a Steelers fan since I was so little, because my like whole family minus my sister, like immediate family, is Steeler fans as well. And so literally the Steeler-Bengals game is like a big deal. My parents bought fucking tickets to the Steelers game in Pittsburgh, and I'm like, I so would have went to that. So we usually don't go on trips like at the same time we're together, because it's just easier to like leave somebody to take care of the house. But my cousins are staying and I trust them. Kaylee has worked with the cattle before. I know all my cows are good, and my parents are not leaving till tomorrow, and I think we're both gonna be back, I think Monday. They're gonna be back Monday morning, and then I'll be back Monday like afternoon, evening. So it's not gonna be a big deal. The cows are great. My cousins know how to take care of Blue properly. They know my Drama, my little Cocker Spaniel. I have like a med dispenser, like old people have, or like just anybody. You can have like one of those little pill things just to keep yourself situated, and no judgment. But I just always like kind of like I always, when I see it, I think of my grandma's, and that's why it's like in my head. But it's just funny because like Drama has one, because it's just easy to keep his pills straight, because my dog is a medical problem. But he has that. I got his pill pockets, and you know, my cousins, I trust them to take care of the house and home and the cows and everything. It's just been a crazy little story time to tell you of me trying to just get to Chicago. It's kind of crazy, kind of wild. A lot of stuff has happened, but good and bad. You know, we're going to Chicago. I'm excited. We've done well with the shop. Like, you know, business is booming good, and I'm excited. I'm getting ready to do a Black Friday sale next week, because then it's Thanksgiving. And so, you know, good things for sure happening. It's just been kind of a cluster of other things happening too, where I'm just like, shit. But I'm excited nonetheless to hang out with my friends and get to have a fun trip. That's all I got for y'all. So thank you for listening to me rant and have the chaotic video. And like I said, in the next one, you'll probably see the trip, the Airbnb, and all that jazz. But this has already been kind of a long video, just telling you how the chaos has started and gone. So I'm gonna get off here and head west. Gotta think about the compass, you know, never eat sour waffles, whichever way you want to think about it. Whatever S you feel is right. But I'm gonna get off here. Check out heavenpleaseco.com. Join my Patreon if you want. Go ahead and like and subscribe so you can see more content. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.